What up, people? It's your boy Master Chudy out here with another comic review. So we got Flash Forward, penultimate issue of the six-issue mini. If you've been watching my reviews, you know that I have really had high praise for this miniseries. Felt it's done Wally West some good justice as he deserves after the debacle that was Heroes in Crisis. But we're gonna move forward, and this actually, this cover actually represents what happens. But let's get into it. Basically, as the issues go, we get into his past. You know how Wally West became Kid Flash and became the Flash, and then we see in counterclockwise fashion what happens to him from him becoming Kid Flash, yada yada yada, knowing that Iris has found out his aunt, yada 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 yada. It's pretty good. And then we see that the penultimate thing where it comes back here, where he meets his kids. And it seems that Tempest Fugonaut here is basically serving the Mobius chair that we saw in issue 1 where somebody got vaporized for touching it, wasn't meant to touch it. He said he's done his part. I brought him here, figuratively and literally. The rest of the way to countless worlds is up to Wally West. So we see that Wally West has seen his children as in the last shown in the last issue, and we see that he lost them once. He couldn't get them safe, and then he's like, "Yo, never again." Then we see like this huge dark matter wave coming through, destroying the statues of Wally's closest friends, or I believe the ones he's had a hand in their deaths. And his kids are saying that, "Hey, we've never been able to leave here because of that." And Wally's like, "No, we're going. We're going, and I'm taking you with me, basically." And it's so good to see him happy. He's got his kids with him. He's trying to do this thing, trying to save them. Unfortunately, Wave comes in and separates them. We get a little bit past. He's him being a family man, taking care of his kids, loving his children, and then bam, dark reality hits him. And he says that, and then of course he has nothing but rage because he's lost his kids a second time. And he's like, "Look, man, I'm tired of your antics." He's like, "You put me up being a cosmic errand boy because you had me convinced I was doing some good. But this is my family you're toying with. I want answers. I won't waste another micro instant to get them. Why did you bring me here to this world just so I could lose my kids again?" And then Tempest, this is a pretty awesome picture of Tempest right here. I mean, you get to, I mean, I thought he was huge, you know, like a gargantuan giant, but I guess he is. But Sideways kind of made him otherworldly big, probably. But this is a good proportionate size. I really like that. He's looking like an apocalypse type of size. But he's saying, "You misunderstand me, Wally. You have only made it this far because you are finally able to understand the truth about this planet, about why this planet must be destroyed, and why, out of a billion trillion life forms, you alone are the." And then Wally's like, "I'm not having it. I'm not gonna help you kill my kids, basically." And then Wes is like, "Yo, man, chill. There's much more you need to know." And he's like, "Look, I don't care. I'm gonna use this staff. I'm gonna try to blow away all this dark matter." And he realizes that something is not working. So he decides to push himself. He's trying to go all over this world, trying to destroy the dark matter. And he's like, "I'm the fastest father in the multiverse. I'm going to save my kids." Like, you look at Wally, so determined. But then, of course, something stops him, and then it's the Mobius chair. And then he sees that he's empty, and he's like saying, "You can give me answers that Tempest won't." So he touches the Mobius chair, and dying, he sees everything. He could see when he lost his kids. He could see that apparently, as somebody explained, I saw a comment saying that before the reason why he was probably saved in Flashpoint was that I guess Abracadabra had thrown him into the Speed Force before Barry Allen reset the timeline, and he became unmoored, one with nothing and everything at once. And you can just see my man. It's just like, dang it, I've seen everything. I've seen it. And after he stops touching the chair, he's like, "Thank you." It's like, that is more than even you can decipher at once. Be grateful to not require you to sit this time. It's like, it makes no sense. How could I have changed this much and not remember? The information was always in your head. You rejected it. And he's like saying, how can you say, you think I knew I was suddenly different? How could you? Your family was taken from you. Your comrades died because of you. You were broken. Say, that's what this cosmic quest is about? Putting me back together again? Why? You know why. You figured it out. You want me to do your dirty work? You want me to kill this world? More. It can only be destroyed by you because you are the one who created it. And then Wally's like, oh my gosh, dang, he's right. The dark world was created for my greatest fear, which is true. Which is the whole point of the negative worlds, that all of them are created because of negative experiences. Like we can say that when Tales of the Dark Multiverse with basically Lois losing the death of Superman, Lois feared Clark dead forever, feared what she might do, and of course she became miserable and a vengeful killer. Same thing with Tara. And he's like saying, I can't destroy this world because, man, my kids are there. And that's the end. In every way you can imagine, next issue. Um, so basically, let me end it on not this one. Let me end it on this right here. Um, this has been a good issue mini, and I think that when trying to really write this character, Scott Lobdell does very well doing it, and I think it's more than just trying to repair Wally and redeem him. I think it's also trying to give him a story of like, this is what you need to do. You still have a mission. Like, we want to put you back together, but you're gonna still have to make the ultimate sacrifice. And that's what I think adds to Wally West's character. Heroes in Crisis. He really shouldn't. He was thrust into an unfortunate situation because of Flashpoint. Finally came back. Yes, he paid. Well, he unintentionally lost his wife and his children, and Linda can't remember him. His kids are. I don't even know if these kids are real by the way that it's being discussed, since these is a makeup of the negative multiverse here. But then it does beg the question of whether creations of that multiverse can come back. Who knows? But we see that Wally, despite everything, still has to make the choices, and he's conflicted because he wants to. He for all the things saying that he's still being a hero, he wants to save the multiverse, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to this time have a direct hand in killing off more loved ones. So this penultimate issue is a 9 out of 10. I really like it. It's well done. It's well done, and of course, Brett Booth. I'm really sad that next issue might be his last dealing with the Titans and Wally West, but I have good hopes for it. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, so let's get comments and get reviews on them. Thank y'all for watching. Hope to have more videos up later today. Peace.